Political Economy of Human Rights is the first complete text covering and discussing human rights from a political economy perspective. This book combines juridical study with political economy analysis of rights in the context of the economy, the polity, society and culture. And that is especially relevant in view of the international model for the realization of fundamental rights that should protect the human dignity of each and every human being. That model is based on international standard setting and national implementation. But it is in their own environment that 4 billion people in our world today, that is more than half the global population, have no effective access to justice. And that is just one element in the many-stranded web in which poor people these days tend to find themselves. Therefore, legalization of the protection of each and every human being against abuse of power is not enough. Human rights imply formal protection of fundamental freedoms and basic entitlements. But in adverse or disabling environments, the liberty to freely speak out, the entitlement to a daily sustainable livelihood, to mention just a few examples, are not usually realized. In many realities, struggles to actually acquire such freedoms and entitlements still are far from conclusive. And hence, rather than just focusing on matters of interpretation and jurisdiction, the challenge is to use human rights also as political tools, international standards of justice that legitimize individual and collective struggles for realization. The book begins with an introduction to a political economy methodology that includes entitlement systems analysis, upstream strategies, the use of human rights as political tools and their functioning in not just a protective but also a transformative way. Then follow 2 chapters on rights, one on the dialectics of power and protection and the other on the dialectics of international norms and national practice. Next, 2 chapters on realities, global realities typified as conflict and confrontation, and local realities seen as struggle and strife. Then 2 chapters on realization, one on the rights of the poor and the other on the rights of collectivities. In a concluding chapter, the international human rights world's commitment, its tactics and its tools are being reassessed. Notably then, this book entails a full shake-up of the United Nations-led mission for human rights and the national strategies related to that.